Good morning, everybody. We are here for the Sunday games for week 2 of the European League of Football. Hope everyone's having a good day. Man, what a day we had yesterday. Some amazing games. If you're watching on the relive version, we are watching. We're going to start with the Surge versus Musketeers. If the game becomes uncompetitive, which I don't think it will, but if it does, crowd looks lower. That's a bit worrying. Then we'll go to Nordic versus Panthers. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's up with that. But I hope everyone's doing well. Of course, we had some really good activity yesterday. Like, it was so busy yesterday. Awesome stuff. Glad to see everyone coming in. Great stream. I think it was the third best stream we've had this year in terms of like single day watch hours and stuff like that, and single day viewage. It was awesome. So great to see. This game's going to be hopefully really, really competitive. If it's not, that'd be a shame, but it should be. We're all expecting it to be. I'll be interested to see what people's opinions are with the scoreline with this one. Let me just get all of my links ready. Here we go. So yesterday we had the Throners lose to the Vikings, which we expected. Hamburg beat the Prague Lions, which was a bit of a tough one, of course. It was a bit of a battle defensively, I can't lie. And they pulled away at the end with their run game. And then the Galaxy versus the Bravos, an absolute barn burner. So I'm hoping today we get a similar set of games. We just put everything up. We are back for Sunday. There we go. Check that on the Instagram and on the Reddit as well. While we just do the pre-game, it does look a bit worryingly quiet though at Paris, I will admit. I know that the stadium is kind of miles away from like the main stuff, which is kind of worrying, but ELF week 2 watch along. Put the link in there. Add a tag, which is just discussion. There we go. Post that in. That's up on Reddit. We're up on Instagram. It's put on Twitter. I guarantee, last time I put it on Twitter, it absolutely bricked my fucking stream. We'll see if it is doing that again. But what's up, SH? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good too. We are live for week 2. Let's put in the picture of this. There we go. Check that up. Watch the stream absolutely brick when I try and put that up. Hopefully it doesn't. Here we are. So, this game, I am kind of expecting the Surge to win. I don't know how comfortable the Surge will win. But I do think they've got it in them. Because they are just such a dominant team. Like, they're so damn good. We put on that thing. We are live, everyone. In the Discord. I think everywhere else it is posted. So, good stuff. Good to see everyone. We got the tunnel walkouts for Paris in a second. Here we go. They're coming out now. So, we're all good. Paris playing in their white lowers, blue and red jerseys, and then the Surge are in the white jerseys with the dark pants. Looking forward to this one. This one, some people said make or break for Paris. I don't know if it's that dramatic just yet. Like, you know, you can still win 2 games and make playoffs. However, it's not going to be easy for them. If they lose this one, it certainly won't be fun. A lot of pressure will be on everyone in that team. If they get an NFL head coach in, they still can't win against the Surge. There will be questions, I'm sure. You move more centrally. There we go. Phenomenal. I just want this game to start. The Nordic one will be in there in about 10 minutes. We'll be ready to go. I've got Spanish beers, just the one today because I'm going to be riding the bike afterwards. So if I have it early, then my unit numbers will be gone by the time we ride, so we should be fine. And not drink driving, of course. 1 beer, still below the legal limit. And if I have that over the course of 6 hours, then we'll be completely fine, because we're going to be live for a long time here. There's a red company. You can see them at every game. I do wish they didn't have to stand the stadium. It's not as good as the Stade en Bois, I would admit. Like, it's a bit more old. I mean, it is definitely old. That's Jack Del Rio. What's up, Marcus? Not surprised, brother. You were up early after a late night watching football, so I'm not surprised. But it was a hell of a game, so I'm sure you wouldn't swap out the experience for anything. That was a hell of a game. So, love these graphics, by the way. If you're watching it on the zone, they have like the logos of the Surge and Musketeers, like big in the middle of the field. It's really, really cool. I really, really like it. Not sure how they've done it, but it's very interesting. I like it a lot. Okay, we're going to have the national anthem of France. You must be dying for this one, Marcus. This is a very important game for the Surge. They've already beaten the Galaxy, and we know how good the Galaxy can be based off of yesterday. And the Surge made them look like a pretty mid team. So let's see if they can do it again. Would be very, very impressive if they're able to do that, honestly. There's Raheem Wilson, Wenzel, Geyer, Vidakovic, Cotton, Wenzelberger. Loaded team. Absolutely loaded. Top to bottom. I like the black lowers with the white jerseys. That looks clean. Here we are. I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be a barn burner, I'm hoping. Again, if it's a blowout, we'll switch to Panthers Nordic, because that one could be interesting. I know Jarvis went for Panthers during he left live. We'll find out. I do think Nordic Storm are going to handle them. Especially Max Parkers is in great form. Jadrian is Jadrian. And they're definitely going to want to take a lot of anger out on the Panthers for the loss of Glenn Tonga's season. So it's going to be a big one. Here we are. This one first. French anthem coming in now. Recognize that. French anthem is an easy one to recognize off that start. That's Davison Locharel. Just did a short video evaluation on him. I think today's the first day I probably won't be able to do a wheel spin evaluation. Which is a shame. I'm going to have to do it maybe Monday, maybe double upload on Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday in the UK, which means not very many people are working. I've got school stuff to do Monday, which is unfortunate. But it is on London Monarch stuff, which is more fun. So I need to wait to get full permission from my professor before I'm able to put out the questionnaires. But I will have some UK focused questionnaires that I got to send out about the London Monarchs. It's not real. None of this is real. It's just for a research project. But it's going to be quite fun. And it will be quite interesting because that's what the Monarchs, if they ever are made, will have to do. And I'll have the research already prepared for them. So that's quite cool. That's what we love to see. Here's Riley Hennessy. 1 touchdown last week. Just in the air, of course. He was rushing once too. 197 yards. It's nearly 74% completion. A near perfect quarterback rating. Let's have a look at the fantasy. Do I have anyone in this game? Yes, I do. I have Miranda, the tight end for the Sturge. I think he's my only player in this game. He is. So we'll find out. I know I'm going to eat lunch with the family. I mean, I'm assuming it's like a Sunday tradition. But yeah, sneak the phone underneath the table a little bit. It's 1 o'clock in German time. Here's Jalen Henderson, 1 touchdown last week, 180 yards, 65% completion, not a great QB rating, of course, through that pick at the end that sealed the game. Will be very, very, very important to see how he bounces back from this. Because He didn't have the best of debuts, but again, we've kind of discussed, we don't think they kind of let him have the full reins. There's Jack Del Rio. Looks good in the Paris bomber, I must say. Nice hat as well, looks good. Super Bowl champion, Jack Del Rio. Very cool. There's number 2, the big safety. I'm a big fan of him. He played really, really well last week. So fast, so athletic. Right. Ooh, I'm a little bit concerned with the attendance, though. It is low, which is not good. It's because it's so far outside the city, which is a shame. A Dutch lawyer. That's interesting. See, I fucking love this commentator. Because someone said about his commentator's really, I believe his accent's East German. I don't know that for a fact because I don't know accents in Germany. But someone was like, oh, his accents are really strong when he speaks. I'm like, but he's so good in comments. First of all, he's commentating in his second language. Secondly, he comes up with stuff like that. Oh, the referee's a Dutch pension lawyer. It's like, oh, okay. Sick. Right, here we go. Okay. Vidagani, call it a coin toss. Love me some Alessandro Vidagani. They deferred. Right, here we go. Efficient from the Dutch pension lawyer. Here we are. Everyone's going to separate. We're going to start this contest. I'm very excited about this one. This is going to be a great game. There's a couple hundred people, actually. Maybe it looks a little bit slimmer when it's zoomed out, for sure, but it's because they don't have real seats. And this was a big game we wanted to see last year. But now these guys are in the same conference, so it means a hell of a lot more now. There's like one row of seats. I don't know why. I like the Stadium Bar. I hope they maybe get to do a game in that. What's up, Jamal? Early morning for you. Good morning, brother. Signed Matt Bressington 25 jersey for you. Oh man, jeez. I mean, I don't even think I have my old jerseys. I didn't play very much, you know, so that one is one of my favorite jerseys. Again, I didn't get much play time in it, but I was no Jamal Clay. Let's just put it like that. I was no Jamal Clay. I do want to get a jersey collection now. If I ever have an office, I've never had an office, firstly, in any of my workplaces ever. I worked when I was 17, I worked in a Chinese takeaway. Of course, I didn't have an office then. And then I worked at a Weatherspoons. And of course, I didn't have an office there. No, kind of, but it's community. You know, all the managers had the same office. It wasn't really an office. And then when I worked in a school, of course, I didn't have an office. It's a school. So I've never had an office. So I'd like one day, if I'm ever big enough, big time Matt Bressington analyst in the ELF, I would like to get some jerseys on the wall of an office feature. That'd be so sick. Imagine if I'm able to do that one day. That'd be amazing. There we are. Exactly. That's what I am. That's the threat. That's how we threaten it. Oh, there we go. Good timing as well. My Instagram, I believe, it's just become verified. Yes, it has. So there we are. So now, Jamal, we are an Instagram verified Matt Bressington. We're not just Matt Bressington now. We're verified. Did I have to pay for it? Yes, of course. But here we are. There's a wind is quite bad so far in Paris. That's pretty cool though, that now I'm verified. I like that. That was cool. Now I can change my profile picture back to how it was before. I liked the other one more. For some reason, you have to have like your face. Well, not for some reason. For the identity verification, you have to have your face very clear. Alright, here we go. The kickoff is up. Ooh, Austin Mitchell's a baller. Especially on those returns. Jeez. There we go. I appreciate it, Marcus. I want to ask players, like I do want to ask some of them. I'm like, you know what? You just send me a jersey. You know, just if you want, send me a jersey. It's kind of hard to do that, especially when sometimes they don't get to keep their jerseys. Right, the flags are up, so wait and see what happens with that one. I think it might. All right, here's a question for the chat. If you had 5 jerseys that you could get for the ELF all time, who would you get? That's my thing. I think I'd go for. Well, you gotta have a legend, so I think I'd go for like a more, you know, I'm torn between Jay and Glenn. Either way, you can't really go wrong. You could have both, but you know they have similar. I think I'd probably go with Glenn. You know, British, the only English MVP ever. So you know we'll give the edge to Glenn. So I'll have a legend with that. I'll have probably Nitz, because he was a player that I've scouted from like the first few videos. Or you could have seen Marco, same thing. I mean, America sort of like. I'm trying to think of it like. They re-kicked the kickoff, by the way, which is unusual. But here we go. They retook the kickoff. Austin Mitchell again with a solid return. Now we have restarted. We are finally here. Oh shit, welcome to the day ones. Jamal, welcome to the day ones. It only came up as like a blank message on the chat, but I went to YouTube to see what it was. Welcome to the official gang. That's dope. I appreciate that a lot, Jamal. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Right, first play of Paris. It's going to be a run at the middle by Makari, I believe. It is. That was my comparison, if you remember, before the year for Chris Mikaya. So, good to see him too. Jersey point 1 from Paris to the blue and gold would be amazing. Oh my god, I agree. What's up, Raphael? Enjoy the game, of course. Let me know what your prediction is for the game. Yeah, that week 6 versus Berlin. That was such a gorgeous jersey. I always think of Tekadam when I think of that jersey. Because he got a long touchdown play. So I think I'll maybe even go for a Tekadam gold jersey. Or a Zach Edwards gold jersey. Go for another run at the middle with Makari. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Zach Edwards gold jersey. So we got Glenn. Ryan Fire Glenn. Paris gold Musketeers jersey. I'm going to go for like a... I might go for like a proper retro one, but I'm trying to think. Maybe a Kings one, you know, maybe like a Darblay or like Jallo, Alpha, or like a Daniel Docal Leipzig Kings jersey potentially. Could be pretty good. Tonga, yep. Craig, of course. Vigani, Geyer, Weed, of course. Yeah, that's a good call. It's like a Cologne Weed jersey. Maybe even a Cologne Carlos Hill. He was in the chat yesterday for a lot of it. Real nice guy. AJ Wentland as well. Good call. Oh, a Kitchens Kings jersey. Zach Edwards Barca. Great call. Mace, the Helvetic jersey. That'd be nice. Munich and Madre. God, yeah, there's so many iconic jerseys. Now I've said 5. I'm struggling to think of them. There's just so many that could be a thing. So many options. I might actually pose that to like Maxi. But if you have 5 jerseys, yeah, there you go. You can use that. I won't even ask that to Maxi. You can just have that question. Maybe even like McCory. There we go. I was gonna say he's gonna hit the rows. He's another player that I expected to have a big one this year. So excited to see him break out. He looks big. I know they moved him into tight end, so he looks big. I need an offensive lineman jersey. I know you said Vidgani, so I want to take Vidgani. And maybe even someone like maybe a Milanovic or Sven jersey, but I've really got Ryan Fire one, so maybe not a Sven one because I don't want to have too many Ryan Fire ones. A Horn jersey would be sick. Even a Ben Holmes or Kari jersey. I'm trying to think of the guys that have been in those jerseys for a while. Maybe even a Burrell Panthers one. That's starting to get some like value. Oh man, the Witch Botella. I liked Paris Botella. I liked that one. That's probably my favourite one. Or Hamburg, but I think I'm going to go for Paris. I just like the Paris jerseys in general. OG, maybe the Prague orange ones. We haven't had an orange jersey yet. I like those ones. Because we want to get one Kings one. Maybe... No, I'm not going to get Rams one. Maybe I don't think I'm going to get a Milan one either. Personally. Seeing those folded teams, Dragons one, there's a couple of options there. Ooh, just a bit of a throw there by Jalen. Yeah, Serge D's playing well. Ooh, speaking of offensive line, how much do you value left tackle versus right tackle for a right-handed quarterback? For a right-handed, I think the left tackle's always got to be the one. He is usually the blind side, so you've got to take that into consideration. But also, you know, he's the face. You don't want him panicking for a right tackle. So both of them are extremely valuable. I think it comes down to ultimately who you have. Because some players just play better at right tackle and play better at left. I think if I was picking one for Paris, I'd probably pick a left tackle. Because Jalen, oh my god, that's ironic, isn't it? That's ironic. I'd probably pick a left tackle. Right tackle gets beaten by Robert Lackman. Absolutely fucking easily. Look at that. My goodness, this Paris offensive line is poor. They are missing Poly Sacramento. I can't remember who it was. Actually, I do remember who it was. That said they weren't like a massive Poly fan. And they're like, oh, why do you like Poly Sacramento so much? That's why I like Poly Sacramento so much. He's athletic as fuck. He's quick. And he's a lot more active in his feet, I think, and with his hands. Oh, look, Jamal, you got your name on the top of the stream now for a long time. You got Alex Malchow, we got Alex this for everyone's supporting. I appreciate everyone. I really do. I got my iced coffee, my Oreos today, and I've got a beer for later just during the night game. And I'm going to go. So Miranda, here's a big one for me on fantasy. I need Miranda to have a big game. We missed some players last night because of injuries. Kari went out. Tough. Right now, who would have guessed? This search defense is so spectacular, honestly. Okay. Alright, that was good by Paris. Good stop, good stop. This, honestly though, I think Surge, if they get a win here, it's hard to deny they're the best team in the league. Because Vienna, as amazing as they are, have played two teams that haven't yet got a win this year. Galaxy showed last night they're a legit team. And Surge made them look like not a legit team. Now the run by Tomiwa. Ooh, falls forward for about 7 yards. Nicely done by him. So the reason I ask is because Ebanks plays left tackle for Frankfurt and Steven plays right. I agree. That was something I noted, I think, last week, that they moved Steven from left tackle to right tackle, which is interesting. I think it's because Keanu is quicker and probably a bit more athletic in terms of his speed, whereas Steven is a lot more of like a mauler, big dude. Ooh, 3 and out by Surge here, though. I did make note of that, but I do think Steven is better at left tackle. Steven had a few pressures last week against the Surge from right tackle. I need to get into the tape, I think, properly with that one, but that is a good question. But Steven did give up a couple pressures. Keanu played well yesterday, if my eyes do not deceive me. Alright, 4th and 2, they're probably going to take off the offense here. Here we go. So we've had 3 and outs by both teams so far. And also, not a ton of flags, which is always fun. Punt goes out of bounds, good decision. Don't want to punt to Austin Mitchell. Yeah, started Henny. We don't want you getting hurt. Imagine if he gets hurt and just fucking don't even want to think about it. We saw McKay doing that last night, kind of taking a few contact hits over the middle, and all of a sudden he started sliding, which was a good decision. He does. And Sinnott as well, great slide. Oh, top 3 slides in the league. Top 3 sliders. I think I'm going to take Reed, NFL vet, knows how to slide. I'm going to go for someone like, I'm thinking Chad didn't slide, but he has slid before. Riley didn't slide. Zach Edwards didn't really slide very much. We just need to get some more guys sliding. We had too many QB injuries over the last couple of years. We don't want slide. We don't want people not sliding. And most importantly, we need to see how this Paris offensive line is, because we've already had a sack already in the first drive. Oh my god, yeah, Madrid had no pass rush. From Alessandro Fernandez was just not that busy, and then we knew last season they couldn't stop the run. Like they, I believe, had one of the worst run defenses in the league, so we knew they couldn't stop the run. But holy shit, it's kind of like our expectations were low, but oh my god, I'm not saying that to be rude. That's just the meme, the joke. So like, oh my god, I know some people would take that out of context. My goodness, they could not stop the run at all. They were, what, 400 yards rushing? Because Sandro had like 230, maybe 240. One of the best rushing performances I've ever seen. And then Gerald had 88, I believe. And then McKay had like 70. Let me get the official numbers up. The numbers are not actually official yet. Usually they update like tomorrow. They'll be more like concrete. But they were credited. So Sandro was credited with 248 yards on 18 carries. Which I need to see the all-time rushing game record. I can't remember what it is. It'll be Madre. Obviously. I just can't remember how close he got to 300. I know he got close to 300. But I don't think he quite got there. I think it was like 270, 280 something. And then Gerald at 88. And then McKay was 72. And they had combined for 5 touchdowns. I mean, McKay had a good case for player of the week. It was kind of hard to take that off of Sandro. Oh my god, Aaron, yeah. Like, he was so good. If Sandro didn't get that big run at the end to, like, put a dagger in the game, the MVP probably would have went to Aaron. Another middle by Villumbel. I think we're going to see a lot of run here by Paris. Yeah, man, I said about that earlier, Mike. The Paris attendance is a little low. It's so far outside the city, though. I think someone said it's about 25 kilometers outside the city. I'm hoping that they can sort that out. I think the streaming numbers this year will be a lot higher, so hopefully that takes into an account. There's definitely a few hundred people there, but you are right. It's, maybe. No, kind of a tough one. Yeah, Sandro is so back. Villumbel stopped for another one. Surge defensive line is so damn good. Yeah, Pierre getting hurt. He is a good run defender. You are right. That was definitely a big part of it. Last week they said 3,000 people in the stands. We know they boost their attendance numbers. Honestly, like bad. I don't know. I don't know. No idea. I know they had a good attendance in Madrid the first week. Obviously, first week you're always going to have really high attendance. This one I'm surprised it is a little lower. But I'm hoping we can boost those numbers up. If Paris get a win here, it would be really good for their attendance, I think. But it's starting to fill up. You know, you can see that top level. People are starting to come in. There's a screen outside the Kantar. That's not going anywhere. Jeez, look at this Surge defensive front. It's vicious. Does anyone have the all-time? Yeah, JFC as well. 2 touchdowns for him. Does anyone see like they got the all-time rushing numbers? Let me look at ChatGPT. See if that can give me an answer. I'm just generally intrigued if it can. ChatGPT. I'm not sure if it can. Because sometimes it just won't know what it's talking about. Oh, he's going to return a kick here. Stung out of the 20. What is the all-time single game rushing yard record in the European League of Football? I don't know if they'll be able to give me an accurate number, but we'll find out. Because it says Wade Phillips of 238, which I don't think is true. I do not think that's true, because, I mean, Sandro has 248, so he would maybe potentially have that. There's a run by Tommy Wayewell up the middle, bounced outside, getting a good about 5-6 yards out of it. Nicely done. And just read some of these. Vienna game looked packed yesterday. Good to see. Vienna always have really good fans. Vienna fans are definitely some of the most active, so we love to see it. No, Sebastian Schultz is a COO in Paris. He's a CEO in Munich last year. Very interesting. He was interviewed on German TV for the game. Love to see that as well. More interviews the better, personally. Give it to Tommy. Play action to Tommy, rather. Paris defense and Paris offense are their 2 different teams. Absolutely. I mean, shit, look, the guy can't fucking get anything out of that. Paris defense last week was good against Ryan. Like, they only allowed 2 touchdowns. The rushing one and 1 passing one, I believe, right? So we knew they had a decent defense. They got Stanley Delegbe, Del King, Azan Zetterberg, Kiolani, Komomoko, the safety that's come over from the CFL, Degan Gomez, a ton of really good guys. That's not even getting into their Americans, you know. So we know they're a good team on defense, and we know they have the potential on offense. It's just the offensive line. I do think they should have invested more on that. Here's a shot over the middle by Geyer. That's what we expected on 3rd down. Big play. Still trying to find a single game. It's not actually on the ELF page, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, no, Sandro currently is the number 1 rusher in the league now with that big performance, potentially record breaking if we are believing ChatGPT, which I don't think we are. There's a run up the middle by the Surge. I think this game is going to blow by super quickly because both of these 2 teams are like running a lot to weaken each other up. These are the body blows, and then we'll see both of them pass a lot more in the 3rd and 4th. That's my prediction. That's what we saw a little bit of Riley from last week because they've just got such a good run game. They can do that, and Paris just need to get a couple yards out of it. Try and bring that Surge defense in so they can hit with a big play action. Because look at that line. They're sending everything towards the Surge. They'll something. Just back to the line. Nothing there. A lot of Paris players in that box then. Ton of guys. Year 1, week 1, ELF Cologne versus Madrid. Yeah, Madrid 272. Insane. Because I did a piece for AFI ages, years ago. I think it must have been the start of last year, maybe even the end of the year before that, of the best ELF debuts. And I'm pretty sure Madre got that record in his debut, so that does ring a bell. Oh, Riley with a deep shot, incomplete, no flags. 4th down. Cotton slipped or got tangled up, but either way, didn't matter. Does not get anything. But Sandro gets himself near the record books, a 248-yard performance. Give it to Miranda, man. I mean, he was covered, but still. Yeah, I don't think that's a flag. Just an unfortunate slip. That's Saeed, though. We have a piece on him with our on the Instagram. So, fun fact. 4th down and 4 for the Surge here. Most likely a punt you'd expect. There it goes. They're just kicking it out of bounds. Good decision. I wouldn't be testing him. No way did he actually do that. Did he actually? Oh my god, I don't remember that. Jesus. Gotta go back and watch that game. Holy fuck. 352 yards? Did he actually have 352 yards? That's insane. He was so good. I do wish he played longer. Only 9 games. For me, doesn't put him in a Hall of Fame. I know we've talked about this a ton of times before last year, but I don't think, first of all, I don't think any player is in the Hall of Fame yet. If we had an ELF Hall of Fame, you know, we've only played 5 years, not even yet. Here's another run by Paris at the middle. Couple yards that time, but nothing crazy. Yeah, me too. Thought that was going to be a potential shot. He's good in the air. We're nearly at the end of the first quarter, by the way, and we've got no scores. Oh my god, 355. Yeah, okay, maybe Madre's rushing records will never be broken. That's a good piece for you there, Jamal, to be fair. ELF records that will never be broken. If you don't use it, I might. I might steal it if you don't. There's a run at the middle. Big hole by Kantar at the middle for a first down. There we go. They needed that. That was a big one. They really needed that. That was important. Very important. Look at that. That's the block you expect. Good broken tackle there. Able to get through to second level. Nice game by Nicholas Kantar. Oh, he's a Black Panther player as well, which was pretty good. I know they were looking at him first year. He was still playing in France. 2nd and 10. Because it kind of cut away and then he had another run. I think they're kind of running a fucking hell. Great tackle by Noblacht. Oh, Knoblaucht. See, this is where the commentator has an advantage over a lot of people because he can say the German names a lot better. Right, here's the play action. Here's what we expected. Big shot down south. Oh, there we go. That's what we expected. That's what we expected. The run. Soften out for the play action. Take a shot over. That's what they are. That's what Jaden's really good at. He's got a rocket arm. There we go. Crowd looks a lot more full now. That's what we want. Look at that. There's one of those gold jerseys on the sideline, by the way. Absolute rocket. Great throw. Maybe even a yard underthrown. If you maybe thrown that a little bit higher, maybe you could have led him into it. But a great throw nevertheless. 1st and goal now from Paris. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. They didn't run anything. They didn't rush. Oh. Timeout Musketeers. We've actually had a very clean game as well. Like, we haven't had any flags. Not a ton of flags. We had the one for the kickoff, and I think that's about it, honestly. So it's good to see the game's been clean so far. I know Marcus's head in his hands after that big play. Look at that. Just a play action. The whole of the linebackers went over. He stayed in, took the hit, delivered a bomb. Deep to Austin Mitchell. We expected him to have more of an impact in week 1. He didn't really have it. Just a few tunnel screens. That was about it from him. But he's back. It's a red company. Love the red company. Yeah, they do. You are absolutely right. If they want... This one is probably going to be low scoring if this first quarter is anything to go by. So this means everything. But if you remember from last week, they were really poor when they got into the red zone. They were really poor. Oh my god. He was so good. They were really poor in the red zone last week. I think they had 3 trips and they didn't get any touchdowns out of it. Here's the throw is in for the touchdown. There we go. Remy Bertolon with the play. Big throw. Great throw, Jalen. Great throw. That's what we needed. That's what we expected of Jaden Henderson in the first week. Those great play actions, those mobile throws. Look at this. Another play action. Avoids the pressure. Rolls out. Just delivers a perfect pass. Can't complain. Amazing. Remy Berthelon makes up for the dropped touchdown pass last week. Don't worry, Marcus. Still plenty of game to play still. Kick looks good from this angle. It is not actually good from this angle. Wide right. There you are. Still, that's a big one, honestly. That is a big one. They get 6. They get a touchdown. They strike first. It's a start. This is definitely the crowds. Well, wow, yeah, it was really wide. Really wide. Very windy, rainy, apparently.
Special teams coach this year for the Musketeers is, by the way, Jimmy Johnson. Also a well-known face in European League of Football.
I was going to say I know that now. Can't put a picture to it, but nevertheless. DuPont. Apparently there's a lot of flags going on for Nordic. I'm going for Paris strike first. Not sure if anyone what's the score so far. If anyone has a Nordic score, that would be much appreciated. They're probably around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier still in the first, because we had a ton of run game at the start of this. So it's Albert with the run out. He gets mauled. Very much mauled. It's a big dude on the kick return, so I won't want to get tackled by that guy. Alright, want to see more from the Surge offense. Haven't seen a ton so far. I really hope Myron Kari not just injured for a long time. We want to see him against a oh man, yeah, you're right. Fire next week. That's a big game. 290. My gosh. I know you're a big Madre fan, so I know you're smiling with this one. Oh, little goal line, not goal line fade, but a fade. Sideline fade. Incomplete to Daniel Pedro. Got a hand on it. Maybe you want to have it. Here's a sideline. Deep shot. Kind of dropped it, can't lie. There we go. Shout out Daniel Pedro, UK boy. He did very well for Potsdam. Absolutely, he did very well for Potsdam with Jaden Henderson. Couple yards there for them on the second rather. Third down. Clock's still moving. This one's gone so fast. Like I said, both of these guys are such good run teams. The first goal just burns through. It was and then it would slow down. I think towards the end of the game. Excuse me. Hey now, man, we enjoy the stat numbers. It's crazy just to see 350 rushing yards. A little screen to Tomiwa here. Ton of space. McGanny getting out in open space. That's why he's the enforcer. Cadell blasts him, but ton of yardage there by Tomiwa. Tomiwa's got a stinger. Looked like he was a bit winced on that one. Look at Vagani move, man. Oh my goodness. That's a big man moving fast. Big hit by Cadell King. Cadell King, another fellow Brit, of course. Kai Hunter with the carry. You know, I'm going to pop open one of these beers. How about another beer? It's a Sunday. Oh, why is Maxie calling me? Hold on. I'm going to tell him I'm on stream. Oh my god, I hope you guys can hear the thing. Let me put I'm on stream, brother. Right. There we go. Unofficial, not sponsored. I mean, I've been asked to jump on commentary for the Panthers. I mean, can I take the chat with me? I mean, shit. I don't know if I can really do. I don't know if I really want to do that. Oh man, I don't want to do commentary. I don't like doing commentary. I like doing the watch-alongs. Oh man, I don't know how to say no. I know Max is probably in the chat. Maybe I get a sponsor at the end. I don't know. I don't really want to do commentary. I don't really like doing commentary.
Basically, 52 passing yards for the Paris Musketeers.
I'm just gonna put like
Henderson found Austin Mitchell, but yeah. Nothing concerning, nothing impressive. One way or another.
There we go. Yeah, sure. But like, you know, I'd have to leave the stream. That's the only thing. It will cut stream really, really, really short. Should I do it? Should I go and jump in with the Panthers game? I think I'm going to have to jump in with the Panthers game, haven't I? Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do it, haven't I, guys? Can I keep the stream on while I commentate? I think I'm going to put, can my Wi-Fi handle? I'm going to have to do it, haven't I? Yeah. I'll say fuck it, yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. We will. I have to be a lot more professional when I'm on live streams. We'll have to figure it out. Shame, shame, shame. It's a good opportunity. Alright, I better tune into the other game. Well, I remember I've watched the first quarter of this one. Let me go into the Panthers game, try and catch up real quick. See where we're at. It is a shame that we can't watch this, the games together, but it'd be great if I could still keep chat. That'd be the big thing. That'd be what I'd love, would just be if I could just keep the chat and then I could just talk to people in the chat. I think that'd be really fun, honestly, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Right, we'll watch this from the start just so I can catch up with the game. Let's keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's get a good grasp of where we're at so far. Oh, this is right, what's the plan here then? Right, let's try and skim through some of this. We gotta get some commentary calls, some good commentary calls. So if any guys want me to be screaming anything big, they gotta let me know. Oh, Jadrian with the sacked. My goodness. Right, I should probably jump in a second. But we'll keep stream on just for a second while I set it up. You might, oh, well, I won't be able to be on camera for it, I suppose. It's JJ with a deep shot downfield. Is incomplete, but there are flags. So I just gave the German commentator praise for being able to spit lines about the Dutch lawyers. I'm not going to be able to give you guys the same level of expertise. Player-wise, sure, but referee-wise, not so much. Okay, so I'm on standby so far. They're trying to fix it. We'll still be here for a minute, but then if I have to go, then I gotta go. Do you have an email address? Yeah, let me. Oh my goodness, this is rogue. We've definitely gone off the rails here. It is what it is, you know. It's part of life. They don't call anyone about this. They call Matt Bressington. Let's see if they need me to jump on. My goodness. Why is this now disappeared? This is not fun. There we go. I still got to update myself. I got 1/4 way through. Let me just message saying myself on standby. Well, still on standby. Appreciate it. I know this has been a bit of a weird one. This has definitely been the weirdest stream we've had. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Nevertheless, Nordic Storm already in the red zone. I think they're probably going to go up here with the 3rd and 4. I won't be able to say stuff like that in commentary, so I've got to get all of it out of my system, you know. I don't get to swear in all the informal chat out of the way. Delay of game. Flags. Does look like a pretty busy one with the Panthers today, which is good to see. We've got. I feel like it would be cool to have a stream of the commentary. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. There's Jadrian outside too, I believe, green. Oh, there we go. Bit of a stutter. All right, so we are still on standby. We have got no official comment yet, which is kind of more annoying. Because if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. If I'm not, I'm not. Would be preferred, so I could watch one game and not have to worry about not watching the other one. But, you know, it's such is life, you know. There's some problems here and there, but we're good. All right, let me skip forward in this one. I'm still behind. Timeout Panthers. I'm kind of just watching 1/4 at a time at the moment. They're challenging. Don't need to see this. It's just a challenge to the first down marker, which he very clearly got. Oh, they didn't call it? Really? He looked like he leaned over. Okay, interesting. There's the run up the middle. There we go. But is that by... Oh, and it's not Adria. If it was Adria for a second, I was like, what the fuck? You imagine? Getting ever so close to scoring now. 2nd and goal. Ooh, Jay! Touchdown, Nordic. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. PAT was buggered. Devin Burrell. What the fuck, man? What happened there then? So he gets blocked. How does Devin keep finding himself in these positions where he's able to get like some mental PAT, return. Like, how to keep finding himself in these positions is unreal. Of course, it's a skill to get yourself in these positions, but it is rather incredible that he keeps finding himself in these positions. Can I give a what? TLDR. So this one so far, I haven't been too. We've had a bit of weird stuff going on at the moment with maybe me being on a commentary, maybe not. This one is literally just been. I've just started it. Don't really know. So far, it's just been Nordic running well. There goes the Panthers though. DJ Johannes was a big run up the middle. But the Panthers versus Nordic, I very, very am recently into. Have not really got too much out of it just yet. Whereas the Storm versus Paris was like run, defensive stops, a couple big plays by the Paris Musketeers and a play action. This one we've had a bit more of a new start because of me being potentially on commentary, but maybe not sure. Good play with the middle by DJ Irons. Great throw to Kupa. Oh, no, I'm going to have to pronounce the Polish names. Damn. Oh, that Parky with a sack? No, not quite. Nearly. You got the pressure. Right, skip ahead. For the flags. We're all good with that. DJ slung out of bounds at 2nd and 13. It's a good catch on outside. That's going to be 4th and 6. Then we have the field goal attempt, which looks like it was missed. So we've had... Yes, it was. So a bit of a special teams weird one. Just let the ball die. Sure, that works. I'm not actually sure massively with that. Alright, they get some space. Let's just skip. We need to get up to date. We need to get up to date. We'll see what happens if I'm on commentary for this game, but it would be fun to do commentary for Jadrian's game and for Devin's game, AJ's game, Guys I've talked to on live. Oh, jeez, that's a shot in the middle. It's just a little bit too long. And if there is a player that's going to be fun to do commentary on, it probably is Jadrian. Because he does just take risks deep. There's a run out of it about DJ is a very mobile athlete. Very mobile. But I'm not so sure about Zero at quarterback personally. Maybe I'm being a hater. Potentially. But Zero at quarterback, I don't know. Number 1, 2, 3, sure. I'm an old head with numbers. I've always said this. I like normal numbers. DBs with 1, DBs with 2. I get the appeal. Speaking of which, there's a DB with 7, and a DB with 3, and a linebacker with 0. And just, so part of me just likes a DB with a 20, a 21, a 25, A receiver with an 80 number. I don't feel like that's, I feel like some of that's been lost in the modern game, A running back with a 30 or a 26. I like it. I'll see you soon, Marcus. Have fun. We'll see if I'm still on stream by the time you get back or if I'm in the Panthers booth. We'll find out. Was that a sack? No, it was not. It was just an incomplete pass. Yes, we're in the second quarter. We're only about 10 minutes behind now, so we should be able to steam through this. I do wish I had a concrete answer of yes or no, I will be on commentary. But we'll find out. That took a while. I'm surprised they got that snap off. DJ looking to go deep, throws over the middle. Catch a bit short, about 9 yards on that one. Five-yard penalty, unlucky. Send him back. DJ with a nice shot to the outside. First down. DJ to Daryl Stewart, who I have on my fantasy football. Love to see it. And he runs outside for another good gain. Alright, so I think it's looking more and more likely that I'll be on comms. Let me just message. We'll run back the stream, I think, later for the later game. Third and 5 here by Panthers. Play action by DJ. Gonna roll out. Gets first. Well played. Well played. Right, I gotta look at some stuff. Frustrating. I do appreciate everyone's patience with this ongoing situation of maybe being here, but again, if I do the Panthers stream and have to commentate the game on short notice, I will then, when I finish the game, restart the stream and go back on for the later game. So I'll be definitely on at some point. There's a run by that to David Brzezowski. On a second, and I've got no mail so far. There it is. Commentator briefing. What we got? So I got to study. Ooh, that's not good. Now I got to study up. Here we go. We're a little bit foggy, but we're still good. Oh, cool. We got those. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's helpful. I don't think I need that. I can kind of go off the dome with this one. I'm capable enough. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. This is just the time stuff. We're good with that. You're seeing a live look at me reading things while trying to watch a game, trying to get back up to speed with it. Maybe not even needed. We'll find out. There's another stack by the Nordic Storm. They're getting out to DJ, but there was another flag. Fourth down. I'm gonna kick the field goal. All right, well, apparently the commentator is back. I am confused. I am beyond confused. I really do apologize for this, everyone. This is uncomfortable for me too. I'm glad I didn't end stream. Jeez. Oh shit! Fumble punt. But this one is a close game, so there's Zach Edwards. Not Zach Edwards. Xavier Edwards. Alright, well, at least we've watched a little bit of each. And I can maybe at halftime catch back up. There's Jadrian with a nice out route to Bellew. Nicely done by him. Okay, I think they're good now. Okay, well. Oh, no. Well, I think we are all good. I don't think we're going to have to step in. Apparently the Wi-Fi's been sorted. So, I think we're good. I'm going to close up all those tabs. Reduce all of that. I heard the Surge defense is fuming. I mean, it was... I don't know. I wouldn't say sucking. It definitely wasn't say sucking. I wouldn't say that at all. But now I'm being... Yeah. So, it was... I will have to catch up in the second quarter for sure. I'll do that at halftime. Depends how close this game is. We are nearly live with this game now. We'll get up to halftime on this one. We'll go back to the Surge Paris game at half. Try and catch back up. At least then we've watched half of each. And then potentially, I'll obviously, of course, I'll go back and watch the second half and all that. But it depends. We did say we'll switch between, so I'm not too devastated. It was just the... the uncertainty, I think. Yeah, so that's what's gonna maybe stall a little bit, but we should be fine now. We're good. This one is close. This one has been a weird one. A lot of... Okay, here's the commentator who's back. There we go, he's back. Oh, nice run outside, still going all the way. Touchdown, Nordic Storm. Great run. Great run, great run. Look at that. Cable, what do you mean? Like, what, me or the other commentator? For me, I have a cable. I just have poor Wi-Fi. Like, that's just the overall. I do have a Ethernet cable in. It's just my internet is just not very good. Oh my god, did they do it again? Did they get another 2.2 pointer? Oh my days. It's AJ. Oh, he's not gonna get it, AJ. That's bad. You gotta get that. He's going to be pissed at that because he did not get all the way to the 2 points. Yeah, he's going to be annoyed about that one. Because he jumped that really, really well. Beautiful play by AJ, but he didn't break it free for the 2 points, so he's not going to be too happy with that. Pushed out of bounds on the 20-yard line, so he's going to be devastated. Nevertheless, they stopped getting they got the 2 points off the board, I guess, so it's better than nothing. Nordic Storm up 12-5. What a weird score. With a 2-point conversion picked and returned 80 yards, but not for a 2-pointer. And then a previous 2-pointer blocked and then recovered, of course, by who else other than fucking Devin Burrell, so. Very strange. Very strange. But they need to get back to it. 12-5. I do want to go back into the at halftime. I'll switch back to Paris versus Surge because I'm more interested in that one. I think it's more playoff implications and divisional rivalries. But this will give us a good look at the Panthers. We've seen so far offense has some movement. Nothing crazy. They got to get a holder. That's just, there we go. Oh, that's a big crowd for Poland though. I just noticed that. Big crowd. That's what we love to see. Right. I'm being recruited now for commentary stuff, which it's all well and good. I'm kind of devastated though that it put such a shade of doubt. A lot of people left the stream when they thought I might be leaving, so that's kind of frustrating. Right, here's a return out by the Panthers. Definitely gets pushed into the block, but I mean it works. It's Stewart with a return. Look at you used him as a tool. Alright, let's see what DJ can do out of this. Play your time still, 6.5 minutes. Hasn't scored a touchdown yet in this game, but showed some ability with his legs. All right. There's the run. Again, kind of predictable, these runs. Last few plays, they haven't got a ton out of this because they keep running the ball. Haven't showed too much of the pass. A little bit every now and then, a few of these first downs. But I want to see DJ throw the rock. That's what I want to see. Because I've not seen a ton of DJ throw. Of course, he had the first game, 17 attempts, which... Or no, 17 or 19, I can't remember. 18 number of attempts. And I've been skipping through this game, so I haven't been able to do like a proper viewing of his passing. So this is an opportunity for me to learn a little bit about DJ. There we go, that's the play action. Stepping up in the pocket. Oh, bad drop, bad drop. You're very right. You're very right. That's a bad drop though. DJ did a good step in the pocket there. Good pocket presence. Didn't lower his gaze to look around the pocket and it moved up well, but that's a bad drop. Yeah, you're right. And we had such a big stream yesterday. It happens. People were busy on Sundays. Sundays are always the lower viewage in terms of the streams because people are just busy doing other things. Is DJ again rolling to another comeback route? This time it's cool. Maybe for fourth down about 1 or 2. Is Darrell Stewart, we want to have him a ton of yards. He's in my fantasy points. We also have the Panthers defense and special teams on our fantasy points. So we'll get a couple of plays. They'll get some minus points, I think, for the missed field goal. They'll get some points for, I think, the pick 2 or the recovery for 2. I don't think they'll get anything for AJ's pick on the special teams. We'll wait and find out. We'll see. 4th and 1 now. 5 minutes left of the second half. Both of these games are flying, but more flags. Flags are also flying in this game. Seen a ton of them start the game so far. Brutal. We've seen a lot of delay games recently as well. Had some delay games in week 1. Had some delay games yesterday in, I believe, the Madrid versus fucking Madrid. What's up, Amelia? How you doing? We've had some, not sure how much of the stream you've watched, but we had some bit of problems with me being maybe called into action to commentate on this very game. And then all of a sudden I was not commentating on the very game. Hence why the viewership is low, because I told everyone, oh, I'm going to go now, probably, because I'm going to commentate. And all of a sudden I'm not commentating, so I'll tell you about it later. Controversy, but it's a good job I've got a beer to relax the stress of that situation. Wouldn't be able to do it without this one. Nordic Storm here, pinned up inside their own 10-yard line. Everyone in big lands. I can read Azerbaijani, of course. I can't speak it, but I can't read it either. But here we go. Here's a move, but a big man. They're running a big set. There's Jadrian to the outside to absolutely no one. Shame. Different communication. They're definitely coming through. There's Craig. Do like Craig. Craig definitely fits like the Panthers organization, doesn't he? Not even just because he has a Polish last name, but like he just has that look, that feeling about him that he's just like the perfect head coach of the Panthers. Same as like the head coach of the Raiders. There's Jay stepping through the pass for a couple yards on 2nd and 10. So Simon Fons, we love Fons, great player. Good couple yards out there by Fons. He's such a good player. A lot of people said he was going to be like the Harlan Quothie of this team. Yeah, I want to see him kind of explode a little bit more. We did think he was going to get... And we got a couple big plays in the last week. There's a nice screen out to, I think, Jacob Green. Nicely done outside. It is. First down. There we go. They're chewing in the clock. Is any player in the league you want on like a 99 drive? It probably is Jadrian. He's been there, done that. He has the arm to go for it if the opportunity presents itself. He's played, I think now, I might be mistaken. Actually, no, it's probably still Sullivan. I was going to say he's played probably like the most games in UDF history, but I think that probably is still Sullivan. There might be a couple other defenders that are in that conversation too. Another empty set here by the Nordic Storm. They're going to go short. Kind of blocked to the line. Didn't see what happened with that one. It's Jordan. I was a big fan of him coming through when I watched his tape. Some people weren't as impressed with his GFL stuff, but as a pass deflection, hell of a play. Some people didn't like him that much. I thought he was good. Some people were like, oh, he was overrated in the GFL, but I liked him. I was right to like him. It's a good play. 2nd and 10 here by the Storm. Score here to go 19 up to 5 would be a big deal. Especially just before the half, because I'm not sure. Is that Andrea? Pretty sure it is. Changed his number off. No, yes, it is Andrea Bartella Moreno. The thing with the Panthers is I'm not sure if they have the ability to go on these long 80, 90-yard drives with limited clock. We'll have to see, but the offense is more built off the run, which makes it harder to go for these longer, quicker drives. But we'll find out. I always forget Jadrian has like tats. I know why, but I always forget he has that tattoo on his left arm. He's going to send it into the middle. Nice play. Laser beam into the middle of the field. I think that back to Adria. It is Adria. He's doing well so far. Seems like a very good addition. Because I had Steinhauser in from Baylor. And we didn't know if they were going to go for a tight end. We didn't know what they were going to do with that last spot. People said about receiver. People said about the offensive line. But it went out with Andrea Botello Moreno. His 5th team in 5 years. 2-minute warning. Nice. They're moving well. They've got some space to make up, but they still have one timeout in the 2-minute warning that's just occurred. So they got about 53, 54 yards to make up. There was a Bellevue touchdown. He's had a nice impact. There's a Burrell pick, like fumble too. I'm not sure if you can hear I hope you can hear that. A little bit scrappy there. Because I'm still a little bit behind with this one. Because I had to skim through all the way through the 1st and 2nd, a lot of it. Yeah, I'm trying to explain to my partner the fact I nearly got called out to do streams. Hey, there's a pick. They now count towards fantasy, which is kind of annoying. I wanted those points for fantasy, Jay, I can't lie. I think I'll already get a couple. I know you didn't want down the record, but that would have been 7. Imagine they get 7 points and none of it was from a touchdown. That would be generally one of the most impressive things ever if they got 7 points and none of it was from a touchdown. There's a big shot downfield by Jadrian to Bellevue. Oh, touchdown. Bellevue. Great play. Great play. Great play. Look at that. Just a fucking bomb. Play action. Defensive line with not much pressure, but eventually a little bit. But see, that's what we said about the Panthers DBs. We said they aren't great. They're probably around a lower level. I think they're. I don't know if they're the worst, but they're definitely around the worst. I really like Devin Burrell, of course, but like, it can't just be Devin Burrell. So, I mean, they've got a bit of a mountain to climb here. Like I said, they kind of struggle a lot more with those sustained long drives because DJ can throw the ball downfield, of course, but it's just, does he have the weapons to do that? We'll find. He has Stewart, so he should be able to. It's just they also have some really good DBs in the Nordic Storm. So it's going to be hard to press because they've got Chad, who's really, really fast. They've got Khaled, who's a great man coverage corner. They got Weapon X, who's just like a vet. He knows exactly what people are going to be trying to do in this situation. Well, Glenna, who's also a very talented safety. So it's going to be really, really hard for them to overcome and try and get anything out of this, I won't lie. Right, let's see what they can do, though. Right, I'm going to stop messaging people. See what they can do. I think this is probably it for them, to be honest. I don't think the Panthers would be able to get... I think they needed to start strong. I think they needed to assert themselves. I struggle to think they're going to overcome 15 points in this one. But, you know, we've seen crazier things with Devon being such a big player. Kind of anything can happen. They do have Ortenda, so that's a good player to have in this situation. Not a big fan of black white sleeve though. I'm not gonna lie. And also, I'm not a massive fan of black and white sleeve. I think you gotta pick one personally. I think black would be a better one to have, given the Panthers' secondary color, or white. But you gotta go with one of them. Right, let's see what they can do. Just over 100 seconds. They got 2 timeouts. Oh. He's evaded pressure. He's going to roll out and get hit himself for about 10 yards. Nicely done there by DJ Irons. He's elusive in the pocket. He definitely can get out there. That tackle by 13 that's not David there. That's I can't remember who 13 is, but they've got to move out. They've got to be better at approaching those angles. I don't think you can just storm straight through into DJ. You have to break down and tackle kind of securely. You can't just run at him. Throw outside. He looks like those outside routes. Those hitches are a big part of this offense. I do think he needs to carry on this drive as he's going so far. Nicely done. Stepped up though. Stewart with a nice catch. Cool to catch for 6. Got out of bounds too, so first. Let's see what we got here. His feet are flat though. Good catch. 5 yards. Enough for the first down. That's Ortenda again. This has been a good drive. Maybe he's going to make me eat my words because he's doing well on this drive. Maybe I was premature in my judging. Perhaps. Oh, they called that 3rd and inches? That's a tough call. That's a tough spot. 3rd and 1 here by DJ. Going to pass again. He's going to go for the draw at the middle. Gets the first down. Gets fucking blasted. Big hit by Falola. Let's have a look at that one. Just popped him. But he got the first. That's all that matters. Timeout now by the Panthers. Smart decision. We're down 15 points. That's a 2-possession game. Scoring just before the first half would be a big, big deal. I did not think they were going to be able to do this. They've got a lot further than I thought they would. So, great work by them so far in this drive. Great work by DJ so far in this drive. Let's see what they got though. It's definitely not over. They've still got a lot of space to go. Still got 52 yards until they hit pay dirt, and it is 57 seconds left. One more timeout by the Panthers. Run a lot of these hitches and outs, which are great, but you need to hit them and get out of bounds. That's the big thing. There's another comeback route. He's fucking hit, but he holds on to the ball. That's just Stewart, man. He's so good. I'm happy they're giving him the ball because it means a lot for my fantasy points. Look at that acrobatic. Just fucking hits the deck, but hangs on for it, which is impressive. It's another one of those ones that they're going to have to use the timeout again. There we go. So that's our last timeout. It doesn't look like they were entirely on the same page for that one. Yep. But they called a timeout, but it doesn't look like DJ entirely wanted them to. I'm not really sure what happened with that one, but he's rolling out DJ. Another shot into the middle to DJ Stewart. I keep saying DJ Darryl because it's Darryl Stewart Jr., so I keep saying DJ, and because it's DJ Irons, I keep saying DJ, so I'm getting myself flummoxed. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. Stewart. It's got to say Stewart. Pushed out of bounds again. Close to that field goal range now. 40 seconds left. There's still got plenty of time. DJ's had a hell of a drive. He's made me eat my words for sure on this drive. I did not think they had the composure to go this far, but they definitely have been good. My camera's laggy? Fuck. That's not fun. Sometimes it sorts itself out. I'll have a little look in a second. Ooh. Incomplete. See what I can do with that. Don't know why that's happening. Everything's fucking going wrong now. Oh man, since I got asked to do that that commentary, everything's going wrong now, huh? Fuck. So annoying. I'm hoping it just kind of sorts itself out, but maybe I got to lower my quality of my camera, perhaps. Maybe we go like medium. Wow. Isn't this outstanding? Let me not ever do that ever again. That was weird. Let me try that maybe a little bit better. Maybe just do like that. Okay, maybe that'll be a little bit better. Make it a little bit larger. Right, slightly lower quality now, so I'm hoping it's a little bit better. Let me know. The quality should be a little bit decreased, but it should be a lot less laggy. If it isn't, I'll lower it even more. If it's just as bad, let me know. Right, here's DJ again on 3rd and 10. This is a big one. Taking a shot over the middle is cool. Definitely caught by a crew pass. Definitely not a pick, but it's just the timer's right out. You know what is a really good job by the DB? It's just kind of like holding it and being like, oh no, it's mine, because now they got to kick that field goal. 4th and 1, they're going to just about get it and they're going to get off. Oh, it was close. Blocked! Oh, that's big. That was such a good move by the DB. That was such a veteran move by the DB there, I can't lie. Was that Khaled? It was Khaled, his long ass arms. Well done, Khaled. I'll message him about that. That was good, actually. Khaled and his long arms. I'm gonna message him about that right now. I'm gonna message him hate though. He can't know that I'm impressed. I'm gonna put long ass arms, spider looking motherfucker. There we go. Now he knows I'm a little bit impressed, but again, I can't let it off. I can't make kind of think that. But there we go. So this is the end of the first half of this game. Let's go and check back with the Surge versus Paris game. Kind of frustrated. Of course, we could only watch the first quarter. Why is DAZN now fucking up? Let's see what we get out of this. Jeez. This has been definitely one of the worst streams in a while in terms of my luck of everything going on. Right, let's watch from the start. We literally just started the second quarter. Okay, so let's say 3 and out. We'll just start from here. It's a 3 and out. Should be fine. I'll be watching these games back on Monday anyway. Right in the middle. I just watched it. I'd let this play. It's 20 minutes until the end of the halftime. So, and again, if we're just down on this one, we can just let this sit. We just skip some of the replays and flags and stuff, but and they're pinned back. Ricardo said the Surge defense wasn't playing particularly well, so we'll find out. They're in 7, passing out. Here we go. Bit more time on that time though. We had to check it down because the coverage was good, but you look at the pocket of that one, it actually held up pretty well for the most. Not for 6, 7, 8 seconds, but good enough. Good punt. Good punt out of bounds as well. Don't want to test some of these guys on the punt return. It's Tommy Watt up the middle for a nice gain. Because he exited out with that stinger with that screen a minute ago. There's another screen by Tommy Watt. The middle, nice gain. Still going for over the 30. All these screens used by Riley so far. There's Albert with a nice run outside. Speed running some of this. Said I was just going to let it sit. Now I'm just speed running all the way through it. Yeah. I don't know what it was, Marcus. I was like, yeah, you're going to have to be on comms. So I started reading all the stuff. And obviously everyone left because they thought I was going to be on comms, which is fair. And all of a sudden I'm not needed on comms. Kind of put me in a little bit more annoyed, I think. It is what it is. Part of it. Ooh. But it is what it is. Part of life. We'll be fine. We'll move on. I'm assuming, considering you're not too happy, then it's not going too well. Riley was stopped on a sneak. Interesting. 2 touchdowns last week with that sneak. That was good. Good save, bro. There's a flag. Repeat third. I was going to say, Marcus, me and you were good friends, but another flag by someone. Oh my God, Surge. Multiple fouls. Gets him at 3rd and goal outside of the red zone. No, Jarrell play on 3rd and goal. Interesting play call, but worked out pretty good for them. And then they're going to go for the field goal. Do they make it? They do not make it. That's probably why you're in a bad mood. We've had a lot of blocked field goals. A field goal just to block at the end of the Nordic game. A field goal block here as well. I don't know what you mean by that. I've got my Ethernet cable in. Maybe the Wi-Fi is just bad in my area. Honestly, the Wi-Fi is pretty bad in my area, to be fair. So perhaps it's that. My goodness. Maybe I'll lower my capture screen quality. Maybe I'll try that out. No, can't do anything on that one. We're just gonna have to live with it. I'll check if the internet is running properly in a minute, but it's frustrating that it's maybe playing up so much now. The cable is in. Ooh, stuffed. They're running Makari a lot more in the run game today, which is interesting, but it's not worked so far. Oh my gosh, what happened there? That was a fucking sound. So Jen steps up, fires out right, and it is picked by Marco. Well done, Marco. There we go. It's my boy. That's an Oregon boy right there for you. One of your favourite players, I imagine. Especially now he's got a pick in this game. He's definitely stepped up, as I expected he would do. They weren't sure if he was going to come back this season, a lot of fans, but I'm glad he did. There's Miranda. There we go. Needed that for the fantasy points. About 15 yards. Hell yeah. We will check the cable I have. My goodness, maybe I'm not the only one with Wi-Fi issues, because the whole screen has gone green. Oh wow, there we go. Sorted itself out, but that's just part of the zone issues, I think, or maybe the stadium stream. But 4th and 11. Paris gonna punt. Sorry, Sturge are gonna punt. Great punt, to be fair. Still such a low scorer. It's going to be really interesting to see how it opens up in the second half. Because Surge haven't even gotten a board. This is so uncharacteristic for them. Like, for them to be so good in week 1, and then for them to not have scored so far in a half against Paris is unusual. Maybe I'm speaking too quickly, but that looks to be the case. So they're going for it. They're going to call timeouts. Try and get the ball back before half. Smart move. Fourth out. See if they get anything. Everything's going on, man. I've got neighbours. I'm sure if you guys have been able to hear that, but I got neighbours partying next door. I've got people asking if I do comms and asking I don't need to do comms. Stress, man. Oh, don't touch it, man. Leave the ball alone. Oh my god, they're trying to drag Albert into it. I don't think you're allowed to do that. 45 seconds. Oh, damn. Is it that bad? Oh, it is that bad. Why is this that bad? That's so frustrating. What we're going to do, we're going to go to this camera. And then we're going to go to this camera. I am pissed this has been such a disaster class by me. Here we go. Let's see if that works. What a fucking disaster. I think it's camera issues. We'll see if that works. If not, disaster class. Call it. My lord.